What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be diving into dating in Canada is horrible, maybe worse than America. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment and share, and let's just jump straight in.
Someone please tell me where all the good men are hiding.
I went on a first date last night and I was just asking all of the basic questions like, are your parents still together? Do you have any siblings? That kind of stuff. So I asked if he had any questions for me. This man had the audacity to ask me if I had a high sex drive. That's it, I'm done. This is why I don't date men from Toronto.
I don't know if it's just BC or I haven't dated in a while, but dating in BC right now, especially in the Vancouver area, is probably one of the most difficult things I've ever done in my life. It just gets to a point where you just want to stop putting in energy, you know? And I have stopped putting energy. I have stopped trying, you know? And now I'm sitting back and waiting for things to come to me. They are coming, but they're just not good enough, you know what I'm saying? Like the person off the bat always seems real nice, and then, you know, you kind of get in there a little bit. You kind of learn a little bit about them, and then you realize that they're not exactly who they turn out to be on the surface.
Yeah, they put on a show for the first few dates. They put on a show for the first few moments that you know them, and then they turn into the real them, or they start to show their colors. Just a little bit starts to leak through, and you're like, no thank you.
Now take that, you know, how you want to, but it's hard out here, man.
If you're not a girl, keep scrolling. And this is mainly for my Toronto girlies or anyone who's living in the GTA. The dating scene in Toronto is absolutely horrific. My girlfriends are single. I recently started dating somebody, and I'm going to tell you the whole story here and the whole point of this whole TikTok, because I'm trying to help you ladies and not gatekeep.
She's literally made this video just to brag about the fact that she's been successful in dating, at least up until now. So I don't expect this one to last, but yeah, let's see how this goes.
But I have gone through my fair share of dating. Okay, so the trick is, find yourself an American boy. These American boys go to college so early on. They're in college, they're paying their tuition, they don't live with their mommies and daddies, they travel all across the states, and they take care of themselves. So by the time they're like 28, 29, 30, they're so ready to settle down because they've lived their life in their 20s.
What she's saying is the strategy here is go for the men that are gonna settle down with you. So what they do is they will party throughout their 20s, they'll get smashed up basically, they'll be passed around town, and then once they get to about 30, so maybe she's 28, 29, 30, somewhere there, that's when she'll start going, oh wait a sec, all these guys that I'm smashing, that I'm having a great time with, they're not really sticking around, and so I'm gonna go for someone who's a bit more of a simp, you know, someone that's a bit more of a pushover, who'll be more of a sucker for me, and he'll settle down with me. That's her strategy. That's her divine strategy that she couldn't wait to share with the Canadian girlies.
And I've noticed that guys here in Toronto live with their mommy and daddy up until they're like mid-20s, late 20s, and then they go out and venture off and they think that they're like frat boys in their 30s and don't know how to settle down and commit. I do want to say to the guys who are watching this that are good guys, there are so many good guys out there as well who are also looking for good girls. So I'm not trying to like throw shade on guys in general. I'm throwing shade on the majority of guys in our city.
Okay, I have a bone to pick today, and literally it's going to be the fact that Vancouver's dating scene sucks. So growing up here means that you know everybody. Everyone has mutuals with each other. It's like if you go to school here, if you go to university here, you work here, then you're gonna meet people that have mutuals with other people in your life, and it's just...
See, do you see how these women speak about life and the people they know as mutuals, as people that are on these social media? This is their life. They think that that's real life. They think that all the people, all their friends that are on these social media are actually their friends. Very simply, your social media is a fake version of you and a fake version of all of your friends. It's your highlights, it's all your best moments, it's all your best pictures and all your best statements on that you could possibly think to write down. That is what your social media is. It isn't real. It isn't even authentic. You don't know how to live in reality. You only know how to live through the digital paradigm that has been created for you. You don't understand anything outside of that, which is really unfortunate.
Ongoing thing. Like, I'm not even single right now, but seeing my single friends, like, going on dates and stuff is so atrocious to see, because every single person is, like, a mutual's friend, or just so many overlapping friend groups and things like that. Like, back when I was single, I would, like, go to house parties and run into several people that I've dated, had situationships with, or, like, was in a full-on relationship with.
That's gross.
at the same party, because somehow I didn't realize that they were friends with their friend that's also friends with their other friend, and it's like this whole chaotic like thing.
Yeah, that's why you don't want to be passed around to town, because a guy doesn't want to walk around with you after that and be seen with you after that, because they know that they're going to bump into George and Johnny, who have both had a turn.
But I think also as a girl, like there's some level of comfort with knowing that you have a mutual with someone that you're seeing, because you know that they're not a psychopath and they're not going to kill you on the date. At the same time, it's like you want to venture out beyond the people that you already know. Like, I don't want to date someone and then meet their friend group and realize that one of the people in that friend group is someone that I dated, or like ghosted, or they ghosted me. I don't know. And that to me is just something I never want to think about. And thank God I'm not single right now, because seeing the struggles that my friends go through in Vancouver dating is not something I wish upon anyone, and I just can't.
Do you know that for just $2 a month, you can watch hours and hours of Teddy Gone Rogue content that's growing every day? That's right, you'll get access to exclusive content like High Value Man Made Easy, which will give you the tools to become a high value man the easiest way possible. My full videos are a lot more uncensored as well, so you're really missing out if you're not watching them on Patreon. Join now at patreon.com/CW/Teddy Gone Rogue. Link is also in the description of this video.
It needs to be said, so I am going to take the stand. If you ask a girl for her number when you're out, she gives it to you, you text her once and she does not answer, doesn't mean text her 3, 4, 5 more times, don't call her, maybe just take the hint, like she's not interested.
Okay, if you're out at a bar and some guy approaches you and they ask for your number and you're not interested, maybe just state, I'm not interested, or I have a boyfriend, or anything else that isn't giving them your number and not expecting them to text you. Okay, don't get me wrong, if you are a guy and this happens to you and you text a woman more than once and she doesn't reply to you, of course, don't keep texting her. Okay, don't text her, like you text her once, you give her the chance. The moment you send her a second text, you're reaching, and she knows that and she's not going to text you back. You send her one text, you know that these women are on their phone 24/7, so if she doesn't respond, delete the number, move on.
And really something specifically we were taught in school, but it's a bit common sense. I just cannot even imagine asking a guy for his number, texting him not answering, and then blowing up his phone. I can't even imagine going on a date with someone and then like texting him being like, oh, had a great time, and he didn't answer. I would never text him again. What?
I'd like to say that I can't imagine that a guy would go to a bar, ask a girl for a number, and that she would give him that number with no intention of ever dating him. But this is women we're talking about, and they're not exactly bright, the vast majority of them, unfortunately. Look at this one. This one is getting online complaining about her own actions. She led a guy on, and then she was now she's unhappy about the fact that he was led on.
It happened to Pride. If I don't give you my number, I'm gonna see you next Tuesday. And in my head, I'm like, in what world do you think that would work, that would benefit you, that I would be like, him? Oh, and you want to make the argument, just give them a fake number. Like, there are fucking freaks out there who will be like, I'm gonna text you my name right now, like, let me see if you get it. Now the argument could be made. Tell them you're not interested. First of all, I owe you nothing. Use your common sense, use your brain, and realize I'm maybe not interested, I'm not answering your text.
You gave him your number.
I have explicitly texted this one guy. I am not interested in something serious, in something casual. This is very overwhelming to me. You have texted me, you're calling me. Proceeds to call me again. Like, can I help you? Maybe I wasn't clear the first time. I repeat myself, and then I get a text like asking to go out with me. I don't know if they've created some competition in their own head where they're like, okay, she doesn't want me, I'm gonna do everything in my power to make her want me, but it doesn't work. I'm gonna tell you that, it's not working. Maybe this is a new series. Maybe I start becoming a dating coach to men who have no common sense. I start telling you the things that maybe aren't so normal. I know it's not every guy, because I will send my guy friends the texts or like explain it to them.
All right, I'm already getting sick of listening to this woman just rattle on about the exact same thing. I've actually changed my mind. You know what? If a woman, this woman's done it, okay? This woman has changed my mind, okay? After experiencing what this woman has done to this guy, I have come to the conclusion that if this happens to you as a man, especially if she's as old as this one, you send her a text, she doesn't reply, send her empty egg cartons every single day. Just do it until she blocks you.
Since I have some awesome guys on TikTok right now listening, I'm thinking, may I have your opinion, please? What is it with men these days and not wanting to date? Do you guys have a fear of commitment? Is it the woman these days?
We don't have a fear of commitment. Men want to commit, but there's nothing worth committing to. Do you really think that you, this woman who is walking around in this low-cut top, is worth commitment? Do you think you're radiating, please marry me? How many guys have you been through? What's your body count? I can guarantee that the confidence that you're striding around with is false. You've created it in your own head by the fact that you've slept with so many dudes. Of course no one's going to marry you. Of course nobody's going to commit to you.
Does it have anything to do with spending money on women? Does it have anything to do with trust issues? Maybe dating apps? Maybe you feel like there are endless options in terms of...
That's how women feel. That's why they keep rattling this off. Whenever you watch women talk about dating apps and they're saying, do you think there's so many options that you don't want to date us? Men don't have that many options, man. The vast majority of men don't have that many options on these apps. The women do. They have thousands of men that match with them because literally every man will match with every woman on those apps. The vast majority of them. That's why you have to get off the apps, because you've got a delusion that you're living in that all these men want you. They don't. None of them do. They just want to slam. And all these guys, they don't get any of that. So you're still living in a delusion that these guys are getting these options that you're getting. You've got 7,000 people that have matched with you. You're assuming that 7,000 women have matched with him. That's not the case.
Significant others? Please let me know in the comments.
Look, dating in Toronto is tough. It's a hard knock life being single out here right now. Friends are talking about it. I'm talking about it. Everyone's talking about it. But what's the issue? Like, why is it so difficult right now? 3 reasons. City's individualistic culture, people's lack of accountability in 2023, and before you get mad, I know you're gonna get mad anyways, but really, a lot of you are lacking accountability for your actions these days. And perspective. People only want to look at things through their own lens. Let's start from the top. Individualism. Toronto is in North America.
No, we're not going to get into the specifics of whatever the hell this guy thinks is the problem with dating in Toronto right now. It's the same problem that is around the world, buddy. The problem is very simple. The dating apps that have, and social media that have just completely ramped up the egos of every woman on earth that uses them, because the men are on there giving them likes, giving them attention, and they love that. That's all they want. They want the validation. I'm pretty. And then they don't need to date anyone because they got the validation they wanted in the first place. The validation they used to get from a man approaching them on the street, or from them feeling a reciprocal flirtation between them and another man, that is gone now. It's been replaced by instant gratification on the apps with all these guys that are matching with them. Whenever they swipe, it goes, oh, you've matched with this person. Oh, you've matched with this person. And that little hit means, oh, that person wants me. I'm good now. I feel validated. And that's what the women are getting out of it. If all the men jump off of the apps, all of this goes away. If you boycott the apps, you boycott social media, all the problems in the world go away tomorrow. I'm not even kidding. But we're going to wrap it up right there for everyone that's on YouTube, BitChute, Odyssey, and Rumble. If you enjoyed this content and want to dive deeper, as I mentioned before, head over to my Patreon page for the full videos. $2, hours of content. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, share your thoughts in the comments below. I look forward to connecting with you. For my Patreon supporters, let's keep going.